What's going on, y'all? Techmeout here, and I know it's a little bit noisy, so I hope you can hear me. But I'm currently at the NC State Fair. I'm out here with the Google Pixel 3 and the iPhone XS Max. I was about to say XS Max Plus. The iPhone XS Max, and you already know what we're gonna do. We're gonna get into these cameras.
We get down to the beat, y'all. We get down to the beat, y'all. We get down to the beat, y'all. It's like we're not going anywhere. Maybe it's because there's something in the air. And I don't even care, no, I don't even care anymore.
Now before we get started, we gotta do a quick rundown of the tech specs. Both of these phones have a 12 megapixel rear facing camera, but the difference is that the Pixel has a single lens, whereas the iPhone has a dual lens. However, both of them do offer portrait mode. And then there's also a difference on the front facing camera because the iPhone has a single 7 megapixel lens, whereas the Pixel has two lenses on the front, one in which is a wide angle and also an 8 megapixel lens. And when it comes to video recording, both of these phones offer 4K recording. Now that we have that out of the way, we can move on to these pictures. And I do want to advise you that I'm gonna show you the picture before I show you which phone took the picture, just so that you're influenced as little as possible by the device when you're selecting which photo you think looks the best. All right, so here we go. First image. Now, do you have in your mind which one you favor the most between the two? Surprised by the results? So as we start to analyze this picture, you're gonna notice that the iPhone seemed to handle the highlights of the image a little bit better, as it didn't overexpose the lights and gave you more of an evenly composed image. Now outside of that, these two photos look very similar. Like the shadows look great, the colors are pretty accurate. You also notice a difference when you're looking at the tree in these two photos, because in the Pixel, it retained more detail. But we're gonna move on to the second image. All right, so we're gonna get that moment to observe it. Now the lights here seem to be handled a bit better with the image on the left versus the one on the right, which seems to be a little underexposed. Now between the two, I am favoring the image on the left because of the overall look of it. Everything is just evenly composed to me, so yeah. Now with this next image, can you guess which phone took which picture? If you said that the Pixel was on the right, then you are correct. Something that I noticed with what the Pixel does is it really handles darker areas of an image better. So like the shadows, the blacks, those are really well produced on the Google Pixel. Sometimes with the iPhone, I would have to manually expose it, but the Pixel was able to grab an image like this automatically without me really doing anything. Now with this one, I grabbed a quick picture of one of my friends, Everyday Kashay, and huge thank you to her, y'all. She was like the real MVP with this one and helping me record this video. Based upon what you've been noticing about the way the Pixel handles an image, which one do you think was captured by the iPhone XS Max? If you guessed the image on the left, you are wrong. The iPhone actually captured the image on the right and the Google Pixel captured the image on the left. If you happen to get it wrong, what you're gonna wanna pay attention to here is the way that the blacks are reproduced, the shadows, the darker areas of the image. The Google Pixel really favors that. And it's something that I noticed it did a lot. It produced a very contrasty image between the two cameras. All right, so we're gonna move on to the next picture. I took a quick selfie with Kashay as soon as we got to the fair, and I just couldn't wait to use the wide angle lens. I don't even know if I really shot a selfie in like the standard mode that wasn't a wide angle, but nonetheless, you can start to see again what I was saying about the way the Google Pixel handles the darker areas of a photo. It's once again shown here when you look at the blacks and the shadows, and it also produced a very sharp image with less noise. Now when we got to the fair, we were hungry, so we were trying to figure out what to eat, and we saw this stand here, but as I rambled, I'm curious after our discussions now, did you guess the right one? But once again, with the Pixel, you can definitely see that it's favoring the shadows of this. Now, something that we stumbled across that was really good were these chicken and waffle kebabs. I didn't think they were gonna taste as good as they did, but it was like the waffles tasted more like a funnel cake than your typical, Belgian waffle. But that's neither here nor there. Focusing on the pictures here. So I think with this, it's really hard to tell which phone took which photo. But if you look at the detail and the sharpness, you'll start to notice a slight difference between the two images, which should tell you that the Google Pixel is on the left. However, both images look great, but I think the waffle and the chicken was even better.
So I'm gonna grab a photo of this here because it's in motion, just to kind of see how it, so to speak, freezes the frame to grab the best shot. Maybe it'll be blurry, maybe it won't. Let's see. You see that circle there? That's actually trying to track the subject so that it can keep it in focus, and the fact that this is moving is confusing it. But I did grab a photo because I see it slowing down. And I grabbed a photo here. I don't know which one I like best. I definitely have to look at these on the computer because it seems like a very, very tight run right now. So we'll see. On to the next.
Now, speaking of grabbing in-motion shots, if you keep the motion feature on within the Google Pixel, then you'll be able to take advantage of a feature known as Top Shot. So with this, the Pixel will grab something like a motion image and then automatically choose the best frame, or you can manually choose which one by swiping up on the image. Now, something like this is super clutch when you're taking a selfie, especially with a group of people, because 9 times out of 10, somebody's gonna move or somebody's gonna blink. This will help you grab the perfect picture with less effort. And then I tried to also grab a few shots of the fireworks, which was a little more difficult than I planned.
I want it to be like as their background. And it won't coordinate.
But I did manage to grab this really nice portrait picture of Kashay. I thought at the time that it had also grabbed it on the iPhone, but I see now that it didn't. Apparently I was either too close or too far or something, because it didn't even activate portrait mode even though I had it selected. Now with this one, I don't have anything to cross compare it on with the iPhone, unfortunately, but I was just so blown away by how well the image looked that I just had to share it, sorry. But this one, however, is a great example of this option on both phones using the front-facing camera and the built-in flash with portrait mode. So I feel in this case, the edges were detected better on the iPhone, and you can really notice how the Pixel can at times over-sharpen an image, whereas the iPhone will soften it. So if you take a look at my skin, it just kind of looks digitized on the Pixel. I don't know, like, which one do you think looks better? To me, in this case, I'm really favoring the iPhone. I can start to see the slight difference between what Apple states in reference to them giving you more depth and bokeh than just a blur here, especially when you're looking at the lights of the Ferris wheel in the background.
Now, something I really like on the Google Pixel 3 XL is how wide you can get with the selfie. So I have Everyday Kashay here, but if I wanted to get a super wide selfie to get her in as well as the background, I can drag it to the left to make it wider. So now we got us in it, and if we had a better looking background, we would have that back there as well. But you can't get that on the iPhone. You can only go as far as your arm can go. Same length, you see how much we got in the shot now? Night and day.
Now in this image with Kashay behind me, I like how the Pixel handled the blacks and the shadows of my sweater. But the iPhone was able to grab both of our faces, even though she was photobombing me. I don't know, the camera comparison to me was like so tight, it was neck and neck. So I stopped a few other fellow fairgoers and got their opinions on it as well.
So I have this lovely family here. They were kind enough to take a selfie with me. So we're gonna test out this group selfie and then see which photo they like the best. So y'all ready? Here we go. We're gonna shoot with the Pixel first. So let me flip it. So we got this wide angle shot here. Everybody in there? 1, 2, 3. And now we're gonna go to the iPhone. Oh God, it's so tight. Oh, so sorry. I'm about to knock your stuff over. All right, ready? Yes, too close. We're gonna work with it. 1, 2, 3. Now let's get their opinion. Which one do you think took the better photo? You like the iPhone? Yeah. Let me brighten the screen up on this one. All right, what about now?
That one.
The iPhone still?
Yeah, expiration, but that was clearer.
Yeah, it is a lot clearer. Yeah, so they voting on the iPhone, y'all. All right, thanks. Thank y'all. All right, so I got some more people. We're gonna take another selfie and then get their opinion on which one they like the best. All right, here we go. So everybody in the shot, we got a wide one here. So 1, 2, 3. All right, and then we're gonna do this one. 1, 2, Oh, everybody in there? 1, 2, 3. So which one do you think took the better photo here?
I like that right.
The right one. Yep, that's the Pixel 3.
That picture look hard.
You like that one better?
I thought that ain't an iPhone.
This is the iPhone.
And that's the Android?
Hold up, trade with me real quick.
So which one y'all vote for? The right?
Yeah.
All right, they like the Pixel, y'all. I have somebody else here that we're gonna take a selfie, and then she's gonna let us know which one she thinks looks the best. Here we go. All right, 1. Let's get wide. There we go. 1, 2, 3. And this is the iPhone. All right, ready? 1, 2, 3. All right. And now we're gonna see, you can see my hand in that one. Which one do you think looks the best?
Oh man.
The right or the left?
I like the left better.
The left better.
Yeah,
All right.
the right, I feel like it has more, it definitely has more going on. It's capturing more, but you can see better in the left.
All right, so she voted for the iPhone.
Go iPhone.
Hey, thanks.
Me and Everyday Kashay are about to try. We're about to try and grits, egg rolls. I'm a little nervous. I'm like, I hope this doesn't end our time at the fair. Yeah, we're gonna see how this goes.
My stomach is sturdy, but I don't know.
I can't second that.
Simple, yeah.
Mine's real basic. We got the egg roll.
Yo, what is this sauce? What sauce goes on shrimp and grits? Are the grits not already saucy enough?
I don't know. Somebody said Remy Ma, but I don't know what she said.
What you call the sauce?
It's a remoulade.
Remoulade.
It's a fancy word for
Sauce.
for ranch.
Yeah.
mayo.
Okay. I thought she said Remy Ma. I'm like, okay, here we go. 1, 2, 3.
Did you want some remoulade?
Alright. Do you see it?
You want me to take a picture for you?
I think Kashay really likes it. Where you going?
I was trying to get on camera so I can really get into it, but we won't let me.
Now, in addition to considering the quality of the image, I think we also need to take into factor the interface that we're working with. And thankfully, both of these offer a very clean layout that's easy to navigate. The iPhone XS Max does have a few extra camera features, such as picture effects and filters, but the Pixel offers a little bit more. A feature that I really like on the Google Pixel is the option known as Photobooth. It's gonna allow you to do like a rapid fire of selfies. So it's pretty much like being in a photo booth, but it's perfect for all of my selfie lovers out there. So we're gonna test it out right now. All right, so I'm gonna hit start here, and every time I smile, it should take a selfie. Pretty much tries to take a photo anytime it detects you smiling or making a face. So this is really good for all of you out there that take like 20 selfies and then choose like the top 2. That's kind of what I do. But nonetheless, I find it pretty cool. Something else that's really cool that the Google Pixel can do is this thing called Playground, which is gonna activate AR mode and give you all these little things. Let me just show you. A lawnmower would be going by, and like, look, she looks like she's really there. And it's hard for me to show you because I'm holding the camera with one hand and this with the other, but like, oh my gosh. And you can adjust the size of her, and you can even make her do certain moves. That's so amazing to me. Just how well it's just tracking it. And then you can even add text. So this is just something fun that you can do and kind of show off the AR feature of the Google Pixel. So both cameras perform very well to me, with the Pixel definitely favoring the darker areas of the image, as the pictures kind of came out very contrasty with an emphasis in the shadows, whereas the iPhone was a little bit more evenly distributed. Portrait mode worked well on both cameras with a lot of clarity, sharpness, and bokeh. I even put a teaser image up on my Instagram for this video to see if people could guess which camera took the photo, and just about everybody guessed it right. Like, they knew it was the Pixel that captured that photo, because to me, the portrait mode on the Pixel has a very distinct look. It almost looks fake, but it still looks good. Now, I do feel when it comes to video, the iPhone pulls ahead, especially with audio, because the mic on the Pixel just sounds so bad. But in the area of photography, this is definitely a tough match and subjective. Let me know down below in the comment section which camera you like the best. But that's gonna do it for this one. If you have any additional questions, you can also put those in the comment section, or you can click on my face in this video to subscribe if you enjoyed it and want some more content. And as always, thanks for taking the time out to let me tech you out.